Here's one of the darker stories in the Bible. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, "Abraham." And he said, "Here I am." He said, "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you." So Abraham rose early in the morning, saddled his donkey, and took 2 of his young men with him, and his son Isaac. And he cut the wood for the burnt offering and arose, and went to the place of which God had told him. On the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place from afar. Then Abraham said to his young men, "Stay here with the donkey. I and the boy will go over there and worship, and come again to you." And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Isaac his son. And he took in his hand the fire and the knife. So they went, both of them together. And Isaac said to his father Abraham, "My father." And he said, "Here I am, my son." He said, "Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering?" Abraham said, "God will provide himself the lamb for a burnt offering, my son." So they went, both of them together. When they came to the place of which God had told him, Abraham built the altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached out his hand and took the knife to slaughter his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, "Abraham, Abraham." And he said, "Here I am." He said, "Do not lay your hand on the boy or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God, seeing you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me." I think it's clear that this story is super moral and not problematic at all.
Lord, what are you doing?
Hey, Gabriel, come and look at this. Abraham's going great on that test we designed.
Lord, are you testing him on that thing we came up with last week?
Yeah, and he's doing it exactly right. He's about to finish.
No, Lord, show me what he's doing. Oh my God! Abraham! Abraham! Do not lay a hand on the boy! Put the knife down. Put it down.
But I have to do what God told me to do.
No, you don't. Move away from the child. Move away. That's it. Slowly.
God
slowly.
told me that I have to kill him.
Yes, I know. And I know that you feared God. But put it down right now. Are you alright? Of course you're not. Look, hang on. Wait. Oh.
Must kill something.
Hold on.
Must kill something.
Okay, look. Here's a ram. Just kill that.
Oh, I killed this. God very happy. I killed this.
Don't go anywhere.
Jokes aside, on the surface there are several problems with this. First, assuming that God would know what Abraham would do beforehand. This is plausibly an act of deception. As I've said elsewhere, God knew both that 1, his command to Abraham would cause Abraham to believe reasonably that Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac, and 2, Abraham was not going to sacrifice Isaac. As generally defined, this is literally an act of deception, so not a lot of room for flailing believers to wiggle out. Sorry to disappoint. Second, it seems to elevate unquestioning obedience to some ultimate ideal. This is pretty dangerous. As the Apostate has written, quote, "It is astonishing and baffling to me that this act of Abraham's is so highly regarded in Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. This test would better serve as a means of weeding out psychopaths who unquestioningly obey the voices in their heads, rather than as a way to show how much someone fears God or how much faith they have. Instead, this is supposed to be the epitome of faith and the act which actually justified Abraham. I'm sorry, but if a deity comes to me in a dream, vision, physical manifestation, or through some sort of esoteric sensation, and communicates to me that he or she wants me to slaughter my son and burn him on an altar, I'm going to assume I'm either crazy, hallucinating, having a nightmare, on a hidden camera show, or speaking to an evil spirit. In any case, I'm going to tell that deity to f*** off. I would hope that any other sane, loving father would do the same." End quote. In the same vein, I think it would be trivially easy to improve this story. Maybe an evil spirit decides to impersonate Yahweh, and in an effort to cause Abraham to stumble, gives a similar command. Yahweh allows this as a test, and Abraham refuses to go through with it because he knows that the God he worships would never command such a thing. As a result, he's rewarded by Yahweh for seeing through the deception. But let's face it, commanding something like this is perfectly in line with the immoral character of Yahweh as he's depicted in the text. Tap on this video next to me for further explanation. I'll see you over there.